Are you just getting started with authorship and you want to get started on the right foot by crafting an author business plan? Or maybe you're a little bit further along and you know it's time for you to actually put a strategic plan down on paper for how you want your author business to look. If so, then you're in luck, because this is going to be the first in a 4-part series all about author business plans. In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 puzzle pieces that come together to give you a holistic indie author business plan. Hey, and welcome back. If you're new to this channel, I'm Britt, and here we talk all about helping you build a thriving career as an indie fiction author. Now, before I jump in, I really want to address a question that you may be wondering, which is, do authors really need a business plan? And the answer is yes, though maybe not in the way that you are thinking. It's true that as an indie author, you are an entrepreneur. You are developing products, your books, and selling them in exchange for money. And if you got into this whole author business because you want a way to support your lifestyle through your writing, then you're really going to want to have a business plan. Many authors are very hard workers, yet they're still wondering why their efforts aren't bringing them more success. Now, maybe you've heard this famous quote by Benjamin Franklin, which is, if you're failing to plan, then you're planning to fail. You need to have a plan on how you're going to achieve success, or else it's going to be very hard to do so. Now, let's go back to what I said about how your business plan as an author may not look how you're imagining it. You do not definitely have to sit down for like a whole full 2 weeks and create this elaborate 50-page document that is detailing every aspect of your business and what you plan to do and how you're going to do it. Your business plan can be as simple or elaborate, really, as you want it to be. After all, we all function a little bit differently in life in our approach to the work that we do. So any plan is better than none at all. So what is a business plan, and what should you put in one as an author? Simply put, a business plan is how you will run your business and the ways in which you are going to make money. It's about that top level stuff though. So as much as I love a good goal setting and strategy session, that's not what this is. When I help authors put together their business plan, there are 3 main components or puzzle pieces that I encourage them to include. The first is your business foundation. This is what most people think about when they imagine a business plan. Your business foundations consist of the legalities, your financial processes, your core values as an author, what kinds of books you're going to be writing and publishing, as well as how those fit into the market, who your ideal reader is, as well as the type of avenues that you're going to take to make those book sales. This piece of the business plan puzzle is important to put in place because over time it becomes a sort of guide for you as you are going along your authorship journey. You'll have this important information to lean back on when it comes to actually setting goals for your author business or deciding what kinds of projects that you want to pursue. The second puzzle piece here in your business plan is your business model. There are actually many different ways for entrepreneurs to make money and different ways for them to structure their business. Some of them include strictly writing fiction books and publishing them back to back, while others include other services or products into their business plan as well. This part of the author business plan is important because it allows you to keep your focus and also helps you avoid shiny object syndrome. But it can also help you create that big picture vision of what you want your author business ultimately to end up looking like in the future. The third piece of the authorpreneur business plan puzzle is your book release plan. The kinds of information that you're going to want to include here are things like your book production process. So those are the steps that you're going to take in order to end up with that final product, your book that you're ready to publish, as well as what that ideal timeline may look like for you. You'll also want to include your release strategy. So will you be publishing a book once a year? Will you be publishing 3 books a year? Will you be rapid releasing a couple times a year? What does that look like for you? It looks different for every single one of us authors. So really getting to the bottom of that helps you create a book production schedule that helps you reach that goal. Final part here in your book release plan is going to be your pricing strategy. So will you lead into a series with a perma-free book or a reader magnet? Or will your new releases be 99 cents or will they be $4.99? What about sales prices and promos throughout the year? Your book release plan is important because it saves you from simply having to wing it year after year in your author business. You'll know exactly how many books you want to release in a said year, as well as what it's going to look like in order to reach those release goals. So how do you create an author business plan? Well, there are a lot of different ways that you can do this depending on how in-depth you actually want to be. Of course, you could just grab a pen and scribble it all down on a piece of paper and call it good. You could also use a Google Doc or a Trello board. My personal favorite is Notion. I actually have a free business plan template for you to grab inside of Notion if you want to follow this process along with me. Just head on over to thrivingscribes.com/plan to grab your free copy of this Notion business plan template for authors. So that's a general overview of an indie author business plan. You have your foundation, your business model, and your release plan. Throughout the rest of this series, I'll be diving deep into each of these to help you craft your very own indie author business plan. I hope you're as excited as I am. Next up, we're going to be talking about that first piece, your author business foundation. Once you have grabbed that free Notion business plan template, make sure that you've liked and subscribed so that you don't miss out on the further installments of this series. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.